Let me, crap. Alright guys, welcome back to Bronze 2 Master Episode 3. This show is sponsored by ASUS. This show I do every Monday. This is the third episode I do every Monday at from 11 a.m. to noon Eastern. And that's from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. CET if you're over in Europe. So we have a Terran. We made it to Gold League last week. So keep in mind, I'm gonna put the APM thing over APM on top display. All right, on top display, and then I just want to slightly modify. I'll do a monitor capture. Oh, okay, I know what I'm supposed to do. Nice. Oh, this guy. Hey, oh, sorry. And yeah, I forgot. I totally forget about that. Yeah. And then I want my webcam. Alright, great. So this is what we're gonna do. Oh, this guy's not this guy's a little grumpy. It happens. Alright. So we're set up. Move this over here so I can see it. Alright, so yeah. Bronze 2 Master, Gold account, Gold League for now. We have a Terran. And we're gonna, you know what? People have requested the Zealot Archon. We're gonna do Zealot Archon. Zealot Archon, the thing is, Zealot Archon, once they start having Widow Mines, is your trigger to go into Colossus. If you don't go Colossus, you're in for some trouble. You're gonna put down the gas. You wanna scout after Gateway versus Terran. Try to see, you know, are the barracks at home? Is there going to be, you know, some barracks across the map? We're going to just put it over the portrait so I don't want to click on it. Chrono 3 times. I want to spread my pan on. Usually I spread it about like this. It's cutting me pretty early. It could be a proxy barracks, so we'll confirm that once our probe gets over to his base. And I'll be slowing down intentionally to stay around 100 APM. You know, if you're in gold, usually 60, 80 is what you'll have. 4 chrono and probes. So the opening to, okay, so we can't go in. The opening to Zealot Archon will be very standard. 1 gate, 1 robo, or 1 gate expand into adding another, or adding a robotics facility, so we have some detection at least. And then we'll be going into Zealot Archon. So this little fella here, you know, he might want to block my natural. We're gonna make sure it doesn't happen. Cancel the Zealot, put down the Nexus. So the opening is fairly the same, you know. Macro, we go Stalker, we go Mothership Core, Gas, Panon, Stalker, and it's the same here. Because our Zealot Archon is not like something so fast or crazy or greedy. And right, so you have the mothership. Key it. Want to put it on patrol, close to your probes until you have the stalker. Once you have the stalker, then you can push the mothership over here. Fill the gas, just like that. Warp gate. Right. Gonna put down the robo. Positioning of the robo, you don't want it like at the back of your base. If you put it at the back of your base, your immortals are very slow, your observer is very slow, Colossus is even slower, and that's just not beneficial. We'll get another stalker. Actually, we'll put the mothership core at the front, and then we'll put the stalker in the main. The stalker can run a little bit faster, so if there's a Reaper and it runs past my mothership, then the stalker should be able to catch it. So here there's a little gap where the Reaper can jump up, so that's why my stalker is there. Chrono probes, center the camera locations. Again, this was covered in the first episode of the show, and I'll also be making a guides on mechanic this week. My last week it was a little cramped. I had a lot of things to do at night. So here we're gonna actually, at this point you want the Twilight Council. So with 2 stalkers we have enough to defend, you know, a little bit marine aggression and so on. And now we're gonna get the Warp Prism. Why the Warp Prism? Now the Warp Prism, well, you know, it'll make your defense a little bit weaker if he's attacking you, but it will help be aggressive. So the way we're gonna, whoa, okay, bring the stalker, pull back the mothership, watch so he doesn't go for probes, photon overcharge, and this sort of pressure usually is followed by a widow mine drop sometimes. So we're gonna chrono the observers behind, get charge, fill the gas, make a pylon, and okay, so we're on 1 gate, right? So 1 gate's not enough, obviously. So the way we're gonna go up to 8 gates with this build, but we're gonna do it progressively. So we're gonna start with 3, and also with this build, you want a lot of sentries at home. Want a lot of sentries at home because, you know, they're great. So people say Zealot Archon. It's not just Zealot Archon. Like, you need to be able to have some control over his army. So it's not, I guess, force fields are a little bit hard to use, so I'm like debating whether or not I should do more than 1. This build usually has 3, but you know, we'll just do 1 for this build. We'll just do 1, get the forge. So we went up to 6 gates, then we get the Templar Archive, then we get the forge, and then we're gonna finish going up to 8 gates. A little bit of a Arthos spawn on there. If you don't know what it means all those buildings are powered by 1 pylon, which is not recommended. So for this right here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna load up 2 Zealots and another pylon. We're gonna load up 2 Zealots and an Archon. And it's a great way to harass. Like, you might just die here, by the way. Transform the gates. Try to slow down a little bit on the EPM. Try to find the Nexus that has the most chrono, and then chrono with it. So you don't want to be floating chrono boost. And actually, my Templars here could have been made a little bit earlier, because the goal is that whenever you have all those gates ready, you can drop this inside his main base. So you go here. There's a good way to go about it. So we'll get Storm in the meantime, chrono armor. So you see, like, he's gonna start running with his SCVs, and when he does, that's when you want to pull the Archon. Well, the Archon pulled on the wrong side, but okay. So you had everything at home. So you see, like, Zealot Archons. You know, when you say Archons, there's an S in there. These Zealots, they kill everything. If you can leave this this push with the Archon left alive, life will be very good. Always try to get like units that are clumped, and yeah, that's the game. The Zealots got like 20 kills or 21 kills, his entire mineral line, and yeah, and so the first game ends just like that. If you have any question about the build or about anything in general that I talked and I didn't cover, just let me know. And yeah, this poor guy, it didn't end super well for him. I don't know why I don't have the portrait here. Usually you have a gold portrait. This guy is clearly angry about life, so hopefully his day gets better. I don't know. I guess they'll never give me the gold portrait. It's okay, I'm not deserving of being in Gold League, apparently. Yeah, sometimes people get angry, you know, they just want to play some games and blow some steam, but the thing is, when you do that with StarCraft, then you look like a jerk, but it's okay. Well, this build, like, trust me, you drop an Archon and 2 Zealots, and you should do well. Like, as long as your Archon doesn't die, just having charge lots that early into his base. Like, of course, you know, if he went Widow Mine, or of course if he did like a bio push at my front, it could have been a lot harder, but you know, it's not too complicated of a build. It takes some time to get used to it. I didn't BM him. I just told him that I hope his day gets better. I don't know how that's BM, but anyway. So we're gonna go for a Forge expand and 2 7 gate all in, and so we'll be we'll be only taking 1 gas, so it's gonna be a lot of zealots, a few stalkers. We'll be taking 2 gas, but we'll stop mining from both after we get +1 and after we get warp gate going. Yeah, the folks that want to talk about balance, they're usually like, you have to let them go, because there's no reasoning with them. There's no way to reason with them, rather. Right, so we're scouting on 9, which is what you should do when you Forge expand, because your Panon is so far forward that you need to know if there's an early spawning pool coming. And don't do what this guy is doing, chasing the enemy worker is not good, unless you're doing an hatchery first and you don't want to get cannon rushed. Which, you know, this guy's doing a pool first, but he might still be paranoid of cannon rushes. It's very easy to get traumatized by cannon rushes. Balance, stock, and goal is always appropriate. Well, I mean, you know, no, but nice try. So we have the Nexus here. We're gonna put down a Forge soon-ish. This guy should be taking his expand right now, but he seems to be having fun chasing my my worker. Oh, see, he just sent out another. This guy's dedicated. His job is to chase my probe around. Here, what I'm doing is I'm checking for a gas. There's a gas. He might be a little bit more aggressive than normal. There's no gas, so I can expect the standard 4 links to come out and try to poke around, or at least get map control. So here we have the Forge, the gate, and see the 4 links, as I said. Here we have the Forge, the gate. After the Forge is complete, I want a cannon. I don't want it too close, because then the roaches can attack it. If you put it 1 square back like I did, the roaches will struggle to attack it, and then your cannon will live a long and happy life. Now, this is a little bit of a fancy trick I'm about to show you. It doesn't always work, but this probe will get killed on this next hit. So you attack move with this guy, and then you pull it back on the mineral. So you see, like, it prevented the links from getting an attack on the probe, and it started the shields regeneration. And I didn't want him to get in, and actually, this kind of worked out in a funny way. So anyway, so here what we're gonna do is, like I said, we're gonna mine gas. Like, the goal is to just go on 1 gas, because obviously it gives you more money, and so your push is gonna be a little bit stronger. Please don't lose your Overlord. I was gonna write to him, but he turned around. Right, so, oh god, his Overlord died. That's really bad. That should never happen. I feel a little bit bad for him. So, okay, so we have right here 16 probes, that's good enough. And then we have 150 gas, which is good enough. And so, you know, 1 gas is 3 probes, so I leave 2 and 1. Then I get +1, whoops, not armor. +1, Zealot, and then Chrono Boost. We'll Chrono Boost, Warp Gate. And then we'll get up to 7 gates. So this is a 7 gate +1 attack. Now, we'll be needing to go up to 16 probes, which we're not too far from. Can make... Actually, I want a Mothership Core, so I'm not gonna make a Stalker. I was thinking about a Stalker, but no. Okay, Mothership Core. More Chrono Probes one more time. Chrono Warp Gate. This Zealot will be adventurous and try to grab the Watchtower. Alright, so we have 6 gates. I want my 7 gate. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put 2 probes outside our base. Because what we're doing is just an all-in, so we're not looking back at all. This is going to wall. This guy's going to follow the Zealot. And the other guy's going to stay back home in case my first probe dies. And then he can be my backup probe. So we go up to... well, I'm short on Chrono Boost just a little bit. I should have chronoed the gates. Yeah, and yeah, my proxy pawn, I mean, you can leave the proban on a map. I just usually don't, because at my level, like, they always find it, but it wouldn't have been too crazy of an idea considering everything. Because now, you know, my gates are ready and my pawn is not 100% ready. If that makes sense. And saw the pawn. We're gonna get a closer pawn. And you shouldn't be doing this. Like, you can't really kill it. You have to like walk out and then go back for it when I'm like fighting you. And you see here, it's just my warping could have been a little faster, so that's why like I have a lot of minerals. And then here with time warp, if there's roaches, you should be able to do well. And I'm gonna need some more pawns. And you see, he doesn't have any units here. Like, what I want is his units to die really quickly, because the longer I give him time to build a lot of units, the worse it's gonna be for me. So, but he's not using his larvas, and he taps out. So, you know, you start off with 2 gas, you pull out a gas at 150, you go 7 gates, make a lot of units, and just attack. Do this, you can probably get to diamond just with this build, starting from whatever league you are. So, because the macro part of it is pretty simple. The micro part of it, you know, you have a lot of zealots, the Zerg doesn't have a lot, you have a time warp. Of course, time warp doesn't last 30 seconds like it used to. Those were the days, but... Alright, more games. If you have any questions about any matchup, just the game, just talk to me about StarCraft, and I'll tell you all about it. The winner of this week's giveaway will be given a day later. So tomorrow at noon, I'll be announcing the winner of the Heart of the Swarm copy. If you weren't aware, you can win a copy of Heart of the Swarm. All you have to do is get on Facebook, like the you just like the picture. All you have to do is type ! giveaway in chat to find out how to participate. Just like my fan page and the picture, and you're good to go. So we have Terran. Thinking of a build right now. I'm not sure what I haven't shown and what I've shown. Seem to be getting a lot of Terrans. You know, let's do a fast DT build. I've probably not sure if I've shown this build so far. Next week there's going to be a spreadsheet with every build that I've done, so we can keep track and I can try to show you guys new stuff. We still haven't done Zealot Archon versus Zerg, or I'd say it's not that good versus Protoss, but I could probably try versus Protoss if we get a Protoss. But so versus, you know, good DT build. There's you know, there's macro DT. What we're doing is like very aggressive DT. So we've got 10 gate. And we're gonna 12 gas, 13 gas. After my gas, I'm gonna send out my probe to because my second pawn will be proxied. We're gonna proxy it here. You can proxy it on your side too. It's probably a little bit quicker. Chrono again. Actually, I might regret that chrono right now. Yup, I'm gonna regret that chrono. So usually, in most matchups, you know, you get your second pot on before the Cyber Core, but not with this build, not with a 10 gate tech build like this. So I should be on 14 probes when I put down the Cyber Core, but I'm on 15 because I chrono boosted twice, which I should have done only one time. So you see, my proxy pawn should be put down at 25 seconds of the Cyber Core, which we're good to go. Just like that. And from this point on, you just make one probe at a time. Actually, will I have enough money for a probe? So I'm gonna have to make the Twi Council. Very simple build. Yeah, I'll do a carrier build next PVZ I get, and it's not a troll build at all. I've won some games at my level with it. It's a very nice build. So here we have two options. Make a probe or make a mothership core. We'll make the probe and then afterwards a mothership core. Mothership core obviously helps versus the Reaper. Yeah, wasting a little bit of chrono boost there. Not too happy about that. And then chrono ward gate once, and then chrono the mothership again. And then we have to be ready for the Dark Shrine, which will be right on time. Oh wow. Right on time, warp in time. Look at me getting all these achievements. Put this on patrol. And we'll do the all-in version of this build, which means we'll go up to, and by the way, so again, a Panon takes 25 seconds, so at 75 seconds I need to put down my proxy Panon. For me to be warping in DTs at the right time. So I can get my extra gates now. Trying to go up to 16 probes. Just like that. Go up to 4 gates. 60, so I have 15 seconds left for my... Do I have money for a gate? We'll play it safe. We'll put the pot on. Yes, yeah, I wasn't gonna have enough money right away. And then we can get... We can maybe get another probe. Ward gate finishes. So we'll have one DT really quick, and the other DTs will come a little bit later. Look at that, look at that, look at that. The Dark Shrine just finished, and then we warp in a DT. But we have this little guy right here putting pressure. Okay, so he did a... Oh! The DT walks in. We'll make a DT... Make a DT to be aggressive again. Pulling the workers. Okay. So yeah, this build, so you know, you're putting all your eggs in one basket, sort of thing, like, because you don't have detection for Widow Mines, so if they proxy a factory, you wouldn't be able to have detection, but the DTs come so quick, you know. My first DT was made at, 6:08, so the second DT at 6:30, although it could have been made a little bit faster. I was just, trying to understand the situation that we were in. There's a lot of angry people today on the Gold Ladder. Again, if you have any questions about, you know, if you want to see a build too, there's a Reddit thread that I made. You can go ask for builds, but there hasn't been a lot of requests. So, we have a Zerg this time. So we did the gate all in. You know what? Let's do the DT build again, but this time versus Zerg. Gold League Rage is so funny. Well, the goal is not to make them angry at all. But yeah, they are a little bit. I like how this guy told me to learn how to play, and then he did like a very heavy, one-based, very outdated playstyle that last Terran. So we're gonna do the same thing versus this this Zerg. It's a lot more risky versus Zerg, to be honest, because you know any early pool will do a lot of damage, and you don't really have anything to prevent that. But we'll try to see if it works. I used to do this DT build actually versus Zergs on 4-player maps, because you know if with their Overlord, if they scout you last, whoops, we're doing. If they scout you last, then actually this is a full wall up. I kind of like this way. If they scout you last with their overlords, you I'm gonna finish my sentence at some point. They might not see that your expand is delayed, and they might not know, and it might take them a little while to respond. Like it used to work on. Some of you guys might know the map Alterzim Stronghold. Actually, I need to go out with my probe right now for my proxy panel. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna proxy. Whoa, we're gonna proxy it right here. Last time I did 2 chrono on probes and I wasn't satisfied with the results. So what is BM? Big mouth. That's one of the funniest answers I've seen. Alright, so we have... Well, yeah, my APM went high a little too much. I was trying to micro my probes and I got carried away. Cancel one of the probes, make the proxy pan on for the Dark Shrine. The Twilight and the Dark Shrine. Okay, do we have enough money for another probe? Yeah, we don't. Okay. Then we'll chrono probes. 8 probes is not a lot, guys. I feel like maybe I could delay my gas just a little bit for extra probes. This feels very mineral starved the way I did it. So delays the mothership core as well. Actually, I got the mothership core a little bit earlier last time. I'm gonna cut the probe right here. Get the Dark Shrine and then get the mothership. Right. So we'll leave it there. Again, at 75 seconds is when you need the proxy pan on. Put this on patrol. Put pros in back in. Start my gates. Right. So we'll move the probe in position because it takes some time to get there. Put a warp gate. Again, trying to keep track. So, you know, if my first pan on is to be a little bit further away to make sure I don't miss the 75 second, that's okay. Yeah, here is fine. I don't want to be too close because the worst that could happen would be oh, no, I was 2 seconds late. The worst that could happen would be my paran dying, or even worse, the probe dying would be a great tragedy. We're gonna chrono the first gate so we can sync up with the Dark Shrine finishing. I really want to build the fourth gate, but I'm afraid that I'm gonna be cutting in units. So the first to the main. What the? Yeah, I'm not supposed to swear. I have no clue why my brain wanted to make a sentry today. So, you know, if I had a second DT right now, the chances of him making a spore would be really low. But because of the turn of events that the sentry brought to this world, okay, so you just want to split them, you know, try to, because he doesn't have lair, so as long as the spore doesn't get up, well, we're okay. There's actually a spore here. Try to go for it. Some of the lings made a comeback. And, okay. I see a spore. I know his drones ran, alright. Doesn't have a lot of drones left. And the DT got on the spore early enough that can even make more DTs. And that's all she wrote. Would have been even easier if I didn't make a sentry. Yeah, this the Zerg was a little bit. He didn't scout. You know, if your opponent doesn't have an expand for like 8 minutes, or even like what my first warpin, my first DT warpin. See, I was quicker by 5 seconds this time, but that's really because I didn't get the mothership. I made the mothership after the Dark Shrine, which is kind of what you need versus Zerg, or which you can allow yourself versus Zerg because you don't have to deal with the Reaper as early. So I did it 5 seconds earlier, and then the Sentry was a tragedy, a real tragedy, Protoss tragedy. Yeah, this build is obviously an all-in. It is very risky, but it can pay off. I wouldn't say this build's gonna take you to Diamond. No, 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 no. This build might give you some wins if you're in Diamond or Masters, but it is definitely not something reliable. Might make you go up to Plat, though. I wouldn't. It wouldn't be too crazy, but there's a lot of early pools where you need a Zealot. And so this build will get you an early Zealot because it's 10 gate, but because you're not scouting, you don't know an early pool is coming. So you see you kind of see what works and what doesn't. And just something, you know, if you want to be cheesy, if you just feel like rolling the dice, this is the kind of build that really gives you that. So alright, so if we can get another Zerg, that'd be great, so I can do the carrier build. And no, we actually get our first Diamond player. Maybe he's playing unranked. I haven't lost a game so far. I don't know. Well, I mean, there were some games lost before to get to bronze. So yeah, I would be 19-0 then. We're going to do. Okay, this is maybe not gold level, but there's only so many builds you can do. Actually, we haven't proxied a Void Ray. Alright, being cheesy again, guys. Get the... What's the thing to shred some cheese? Get the shredder, guys, because we're gonna shred this guy. So the builds, I mean, I don't have them written down at all. It's something I might be able to do this week. I don't know if this is something you guys would like, but yeah. There's going to be a spreadsheet with all the builds. So if you want to learn something or if you want to understand a build, then you can go back in the previous VOD and get the build. Writing it down would take a lot of time, but I could do it. You know, I'll go as far as you guys want me to go. This is a show for you guys, so you guys can learn and have a little bit more fun playing StarCraft 2. The Chrono Boost was clearly a waste. You see, like, it lasted so long after the cyber, or yeah, it lasted so long after I stopped making probes. So again, plan on at 25, and we're just throwing out the cheese so far this game. Now this build, if you're playing versus this build yourself, you see a guy like, you know, lots of chrono boost, only one pylon. Those are things you want to be looking for if you struggle versus this build. And if you struggle versus this build, then you get 2 gates, and then you just fight fire with fire. You just try to make as many stalkers as you can. Void Rays are really strong, so they got stronger with... I'm not even gonna make a mothership here, by the way. If he proxy 2 gates me, you know, this is all I wrote. This is the end. But shouldn't be the case. You can make a stalker sometimes and make it join your Void Ray, but we'll do that, but not now, because we're just gonna focus on Void Rays. Void Ray is 4 supply now, I think. Did they make it 4 supply? Or is it still 3 supply? I forgot. Wow. I should know this. Maybe someone in chat can tell me right now. I'm sure that you'd be delighted to help me. Yeah, they made it to 4 supplies, so we'll be making a pound on as soon as we can. Voyager takes 2 chrono. A chrono lasts about 30 seconds, and so if something takes 60 seconds to make, no, a chrono is 25 seconds. My bad. But a Voyager takes 2 chrono, so chrono again, and then we'll be making a Voyager following that. And then for him to beat me, he's gonna need 3 stalkers and really good micro. Usually by this time they'll have only 2 stalkers. So let's see how it goes. I could definitely lose this game, by the way. Someone asked me earlier, like, at what level do you... I just want to make sure he fights me before I pop foot on a recharge, but I don't think he's gonna fight me at all. Pop charge. No, yeah, and kill the Panon that's powering this. Make a Voyager or a Stalker back at home. Make another Voyager. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There could be some sort of like crazy scenario where yeah, there's a Stalker back at home that could cause a lot of pain. There's 2 stalkers, so we're gonna have to pull some workers here. He's not looking, and we got him surrounded, so... And then here, we're just going for the Panons. He's got Warp Gate, so... He's got that going for him. Pop charge again, so the stalkers die very quickly. And GG. Yeah, it's a very strong all-in. Not to rag on him because he's a nice guy. Maximus Black actually won so many games with that build because, you know, at the beginning of Heart of the Swarm, not a lot of people like knew the builds, and so he did that for a while and it worked. Because if you don't scout for a while, like people didn't scout at all. So if you don't scout, then you don't see that the second Panon is missing. Oh boy, a Voyager is so strong. Wait, there's our first diamond. Right. I'm gonna pray to RNG gods. And hopefully get a Zerg so I can show you guys some carriers. Yep, you beat it with 5 Stalker Rush. Yes, that's how you do it. Oh yeah, there's a French player that brings all the probe when he does this build. That's funny. That actually makes sense. Because if you bring the probes, then your enemy cannot micro the stalkers. Nice, we get a Zerg. And so the enemy struggles to micro the stalkers back, and so your Voyagers can kill them. So this time we get another, we get a gold. So this carrier build I've done a couple times. I don't know how long this Zerg's gonna last. And obviously you might think like, oh wow, you know, this build only works in low leagues. No, I've made it work at my level. It's actually got 2 games of it on my YouTube. And yeah, it's just a really great build. The only time I've lost with it is when I didn't scout enough, and they switched to mutas, and I only had like 4 carriers versus mutas. I got owned, but yeah. Right. Yeah, it is different per race. Like the gas timing is different in every situation. Every time it's a different race, Protoss will go, you know. The most standard is always 1 gas. In PvP, the most standard is always 2 gas. But then you kind of have to realize like how early his gate is and. Okay. So we have a gas coming out from this guy, so he might be doing an early pool. Well, that's not so early, but he's gonna have speedlings. We're just gonna have to be very careful of yeah, speedling all in. And by the way, guys, after the show, I'll be doing another hour of ladder at GM level, and then we'll be playing in a tournament at 1 p.m. So, I know some of you guys are not watching the VOD, so I just wanted to let you guys know what's the schedule for today. And then once I lose in the tournament, I'll be back tomorrow. I stream from 7 a.m. Eastern to 3 or 5 p.m. Eastern, depending on the day. So yeah, this guy has got a gas and he's got a spawning pool, so we might not get the chance to go carriers. He might just try to all in, so we'll have to be extremely careful. That's why I did a 16 forge. I'm just gonna leave the probe here beyond the mineral line to see what time he grabs his expand, because I have a strong feeling that he's just simply not going to grab anything. Okay, so this cannon right here reaches everything. It's not too close, and it also doesn't block a gate, because my cyber core is going to be here, right here. But I might also have to just wall myself in right now, because, or not right now actually. We'll make a Zealot, because like I said, this guy, he's got a gas, so he's gonna have speed lane. You see his, you know, 4-minute natural expand. So we're gonna leave the probe on hold position, and he might force us. We're gonna put it on the edge. He might force us to. He might try to kill it and run in. And the reason I put it on the edge is so that we don't have the money right now, but so that I can build a pylon right here. So my probe will sacrifice itself, put down the pylon, and then prevent him from running in. Actually, his link stayed home. I'm not sure why. We're gonna go in, scout, to see if, to see how much gas he has. You know, if he mined more than 100, there's gonna be some banelings, and he mined a lot actually. So we can possibly expect some banelings. Before I get warp gate, we're gonna get the mothership core, which is very useful. It's gonna shoot at the banelings, and actually before we even, oh, this is what I was talking about. Okay, he didn't go for it. You can actually shoot down at the rocks a little bit. And before we grab Warp Gate, we're going to make a sentry. We're going to chrono it, then get Warp Gate. So you see, delayed Warp Gate quite a lot, but that's because I really believe he's going to do a pretty good all-in. And you want to try to scout pretty far to see where the banelings could be. Another, on, and this is a little bit annoying because I really wanted to... it could be a Roach Warren, but I don't think it would be. Get the Stargate. Because with 1 sentry, we can accomplish a lot. Did I get this a lot? I'll get this a lot. Because I don't care so much about my minerals right now. What I care about is my gas. Because I want to do an Oracle, into a Void Ray, into carriers. That's the dream right there, guys. So, oh! Okay, okay. So we're gonna need a lot of people. So you see with my cannon far back, the roaches cannot reach. And that's just great. The sentry doesn't have a second force field just yet. And actually, this is not looking so great. Seems to be going back. Cancel one of the. We'll get a Void Ray first. We'll send back the mothership. Try to kill that little roach that's low HP. Oh, the second wave is coming, guys. Yeah, I think until Photon Overcharge runs out, he's going to be very aggressive. But we have a Void Ray coming. This could have been our first loss. I tried to not go too high on APM, but I think it's safe to say that I failed, seeing as it was at 240. So we're going to grab the third I was talking about, which you do when you want to do this Void Ray build, or carrier build. I have an Oracle following that up to rest his main base. Over here, we're going to be going for a third base. I want to key the sentry. Just like that. Put it on hold position. Get air weapon started. Cannon. Oh. Die, die, die. Is what the Marine would say if we were to play Terran. Which I might do, you know. In December, Bronze 2 Master with Terran. It might happen. I would actually have to be Terran level with my Terran, which is not the case right now. Anyway, so we've got the Oracle, we've got the Void Ray, second, or Fleet Beacon, and then second Stargate. The Oracle here is just to keep vision, try to kill some workers. Might actually work great, or not. Usually when you see single Void Ray, you don't make that much detection. And also what's great with the... Oh, take that back. We're going to need the Void Ray right here. We're even going to bring the Mothership. Mothership, Oracle, everything that can help us shoot this down. Try to rebuild it, although if we can. Alright. And actually, we'll use the Oracle. Every tool we can. And lag. Please don't tell me that's me. That'd be horrible. No, I think it's BattleNet. That's much better. Oh, he actually killed down the cannon. This was good for him. Okay. Let the carrier building begin. Oh. And they take a lot of chrono. They take a lot of time. You gotta be patient. We'll get an extra sentry. We'll scout with hallucination. Sentry is really here for hallucination scouting because you can't do everything. Whoa! You can't do everything with just the Oracle. So it takes like maybe like 4 chrono per carrier. It's 25 seconds per chrono. Yeah, about 5 chrono. So you see he's got a fourth. He's got a fourth base. He's ready to roll. He's ready to rock. He's ready to give it all he's got to win this game. But we'll be in his way. And this map might be a little too... Oh, actually, he was on 2 base for a long time. This map might actually be a little too big for... we're going to continue the air upgrades here. A little bit too big for carriers. So the goal with this build is that, you know, Nimbus is the best map for this build. Because if they go for your economy and they hit multiple places at once, then it becomes really hard. So you want to right click here. Actually, oh, whoopsies. My webcam's over the thing. Let me move the webcam real quick. Look at that macro. So you see this little thing right here? You want to right click this so it auto builds interceptors for you. We're gonna need a lot more gates. Let me move back the webcam. So the Void Ray tried to snipe this, didn't really work. We got photon overcharge. We'll try to go from that angle. We're gonna scout with hallucination, try to find him so our Oracle can tag. Oh, I think he's going back. I'm gonna suicide for it. Okay, so I see his units being here. Can I don't think I can kill it this way. Alright guys, we're gonna play a little greedy. We're gonna send the Mothership Corps. Grab the fourth. The Mothership Corps will need like 2 hits. And then we'll recall. Alright, so again here, make the interceptors build automatically. Got some extra gates because you want to be able to harass with charge lots. Alright, so cannons for the fourth. Extra gates to make sure it doesn't go down so easily. And yeah. Plasma shield. This is a legit build, by the way. Usually, because I'm trying to have like gold APM. So there's a lot of things to do. And I usually wouldn't have this much minerals, but it is what it is. Charge. Dark Shrine, Templars. This is why I don't do more than 3 Stargates, because I want to have gas for my Dark Templars, I want to have gas for my Templars, while continuing the carrier production. You want to spend all your chrono boost, and you see I'm doing pretty well spending my chrono boost on the carriers. So the main's mining out. That's a trigger that you want to get your 4th going. And he's actually spotted that. I'm going to make a few Zealots. Chrono that. Let's go. Remake the mothership. Maybe harass with this. Maybe try to grab the watchtower. None of us have upgrades on. You want to send some. You want to spread some zealots so that you know, send a probe in the corner. You want to spread some zealots so that you don't get flanked. You don't get surprised. You want to go up to maybe 80 workers, which like right now I'm on 66, but so that's 4. That's 74, and then we'll do 78 workers right now. It's gonna give me, okay, so we have the DTs, we'll finally get our revenge. We'll get 1 DT for his 3rd base, and we'll also start a storm. The storm is really good. If he's got like pure hydras. Okay, so we got that. We'll try to get the queen and then make an Archon. Oh. Oh. So, we'll make some Zealot. Okay. Losing a lot of interceptors. Actually, Corruptors are an answer to, oh, I was gonna cast Foot on a Recharge. Corruptors are an answer to this, but, because you need to start mixing in Void Ray when you see Corruptors. So you see I have 0 Void Rays, which makes it really hard. This the DTs did okay. There's Archons on 12 kills. So very close. Wasn't so hard to micro. But yeah, I needed to be aware of the Corruptors and I wasn't. We'll send him some Zealot support. So an Archon is very powerful. And I should have charged. Oh, and the Archon dies. Of course. And from that point on, with the Void Rays, with okay, get the 4th going. Gates to protect the cannons. Okay, and yeah, now we can go up to 5-star gates. I want to camera location that. I want to rebuild the Mothership Core, which did nothing last fight. I want to continue the era upgrades. I went for +1 weapon here. Not sure why. Should have continued Plasma, I think. I just wanted to beat the Lynx, but this guy doesn't really have any upgrades. He made Corruptors because he thought I was going to Colossus, which is a very natural answer to Hydras. But Carriers are really good versus Hydras. As long as you have some Storm backup. Fill the gas, keep the Void Ray production going. It's a very passive playstyle. This feels to me like playing maybe like Civilization or something like that. Some more. Those are not hotkey or rallying, so just with mass Void Ray, he will go down. Just I could go now, but my mind wants to get maxed out on supply. We'll go. Always bring a probe when you fight. We don't have detection. Usually you get a very late robo with this build. Or you can use the Oracle, but I think it died. Oh yeah, it died trying to kill this goddamn... Okay. It's not gonna end well for him. With the Zealots, it's very... Gonna wait for my army to try to be with the Zealots. Be a support. Yeah, really, like carriers is not something you're gonna mass if they have Corruptors. It's only like if they mass Hydras, then you never want to stop making carriers. Well, Void Rays are just so good versus Corruptors that you can't pass up the opportunity to switch. And then whatever he has, I can just storm it like this. And yeah, that was I think one of our longest games in Bronze to Master so far to date. This gear build's a lot of fun. I do it very often. Not very often, maybe like I've played 10 games so far of it in GM League. And yeah. And yeah, that concludes episode 3 of Bronze to Master. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. If you want to do the giveaway, all you have to do is type giveaway in chat. There's also this is a show I do every week at on Monday at 11 a.m. And there's also a promotion where if you buy a ASUS product, also this overlay is a little bit messed up because it mentions the 700 series. I know ASUS came out, or Nvidia came out with their 900 series. So any any ASUS graphics card, monitor, laptop, you can redeem an hour of free coaching with me. And yeah, guys, make sure to check them out on Twitter at ASUS USA. You can check out, they post promotions, they post, little, sometimes they have, like, cool facts about productivity, gaming, all sorts of cool stuff. ASUS is a really nice sponsor of mine. They sent me the laptop I'm using to stream. Right now I'm not using it because, it's not the same settings. On my laptop, the graphics are what I use in competition, and this is the graphics, the pretty medium graphics that I use just so it looks prettier for you guys. If you like the show, there's the playlist on YouTube. There's 3 episodes so far. This episode will be uploaded tomorrow morning, and yeah, just come back next week for Bronze to Master. If you're on the stream right now, I'm gonna stream for another 2-3 hours. So thank you, and yeah, for those on YouTube, I'll see you guys next week. Right, so that's